Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see if I can get this started. All right, yay. Hey guys. So, see if I can, oh, that's the wrong group. That's the right group. And let me just start this. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start. So this is a wardrobe that I'm working on. I was inspired by a dress that I saw actually in one of the gosh, my brain's, the series that I watched on Netflix. And she was wearing this amazing gold dress with black lace. And it was just kind of like, oh wow, I want to create that on a piece of furniture. Never really thought of using gold and black like that, so but when I saw it, it looked amazing. So that's what I'm going to be doing on here, is I'm going to be doing a black lace, like a pearl black lace, and then I'm going to be stamping some black flowers up here to kind of create my own design. So no transfers for today, but that's basically what I'm planning on doing as far as that goes. The wardrobe, I used Rust-Oleum's Forged Hammer Gold. So this is the gold you're seeing. It gives it a kind of hammered texture, you know, like hammered metal texture in gold. So that's what I used for this wardrobe. Alright, so I'm going to get stamping first, I think. I do want to show you a few of the lace designs I have. So this is the vintage lace, I think it's called, but so I have that lace design that I can do right here and here. Then I was thinking the flowers up here, sort of like trailing with the shape right here. Want to give it some, you know, neutral space, but at the same time I want to create like a floral design. So I think with the lace down here, and then also on the bottom with the lace. I also have, these are the Finnabair stencils too, so there's a bunch of these ones that I love. She has a few of these. This is kind of like a doily design and stuff, and then this one is kind of like a lace design, so pretty cool. So hey guys. I also have this one, which is called Vintage Wallpaper. So there's this one as well that I haven't opened or used. And then, because I don't have enough options, I also have the stamp. So this is the stamp, the vintage wallpaper stamp that came out. So I can also use the stamp here too. So I guess it kind of depends on what I feel like doing. But I think I'm going to start with the flowers and then go on to the stencil if I have some time today. So I'm just going to keep an eye on your comments. Alright, so these are the stamps that I'm going to be using. I like the ones that are the multi-dimensional stamps. These ones, I don't know if you remember, but these ones come in parts and they're labeled so that you can remember, and it just gives it creates a dimension on the stamp design, which I'll show you in a minute. So this is the first part. Then you have the second part, 1A stamps are everywhere. So you have the different parts. Is this the 2-part one? This must be the 2-part one. So this is the 1 and the 2. There's another one that's 3 parts, I think. So I don't think I grabbed that one. So this is the one I'm going to be using right now. So I'll be stamping the first part on and then laying the other one on top of it with the stamps. And then I have a few stamp colors here, just in case one is dried out and doesn't work. So I'm going to be using a gray as the base. For the stamps, you want the base to be a lighter color. You go lighter to darker as far as stamping goes. So yeah, this one may not work. It's pretty dried out. I think that's the only thing about stamps is them drying out. So you gotta be careful of that. There's 2 different lines of the stamps. Either the Color Philosophy ones are permanent, are the permanent ones. So I just want to make sure I choose one that's not dried out. Okay, so let's do the larger flower first. Unfortunately, I can't find the part for the other one. It's probably hiding. I'm going to start with this one first. So I'm going to do the gray, the warm gray on top of the base. So the warm gray on top of the base. I just like to, I'll do right here, kind of do it like that, pat it on. So I'm going to do this on the floor because it's easier. But I kind of just press the ink pad all over it like this. I kind of pat the ink pad, and it doesn't look like it's completely covered, but it is. So with the stamps, it's hard to tell sometimes if it's fully covered or not. I'll do the base right here. This is a stamp press. Oh no, it's on wheels, so it's moving. Yikes. I have the stamp press, but dang it, it's not doing what I want. Shoot. Alright, I might have to do that with paint. I have to do this with paint. You can kind of see it, but it's not really doing it the way I thought it was going to do it. Okay, so I'm not doing that. I'm going to have to do it with paint. I haven't really tried this before, so it's kind of an experiment. And I'm going to have to grab my black chalk paint to do this part because it's just not showing up the way I want it to, which is fine. I'm just going to go ahead and do the lace part instead, so I will make it work. It's just sometimes, so I think I'm going to go with this lace right here. I'm going to do a raised stencil, hopefully that works. And then I think I'll do the more intricate lace on the bottom part because the distress lace is a bit more large for that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that instead and do kind of another thing I haven't really tested either. I'm making a 3D gloss gel. So let me just turn this down, sorry. Change of plans. Okay. So can you see the ground? I cannot see on my phone very well. Alright, hopefully you can see that. So, okay, this is an experiment too. I'm kind of just gonna see what works and what doesn't. Alright. So I have this 3D gloss gel from are basics. It's part of the Prima line, and my plan is to mix the 3D gloss gel with the metallic paint to create my own gloss gel that I can use as a raised stencil if it goes as I think it should, which I don't know because I've never done this before, so we'll see. So I'm going to use some of this paste. I'm just going to put it in the smaller slot. It's like a paint tray thing. I've used a lot of mediums for raised stenciling, but I haven't used the gloss gel yet, so I'm curious to see how it turns out. Alright, I'm going to use this paint and see how that goes. I knew I should have tested this out first, but I am kind of scrambling with a few pieces, so I'm just kind of winging it and seeing how it goes, and hopefully it goes well. I've been searching for the hardware of this one piece for 2 days. I cannot find it and it's driving me crazy. I don't know where it is, and of course I'm done with the piece and I can't find the hardware. So things are not going well for me right now. Alright, so I'm just going to mix this up the best I can. The gloss gel is transparent, so hopefully it's going to turn out a darker black than what it looks like right now, because it's transparent. Fingers crossed, I'm hoping that's what happens, so we'll see what actually happens. Right, so I'm going to do this lace one right here, and then with the lace, with the stencils, I like to spray them in the back so that they kind of hold a bit. I brought some tape just in case it doesn't work, but hopefully it does. So, alright, so I'm just using a general purpose spray adhesive. This one kind of is spraying, not like a mist, you know, but more of a straight kind of thing, so I'm just gonna try not to use too much of it. I don't want any residue. Usually it doesn't if you missed it, but this nozzle is not doing what I want it to, so this is, I'm going to attach that onto here and see how that goes. Let's move this up again. Okay. Alright. So, let's see how this works. Okay. I'm just gonna touch it like so. This thing is on wheels and it's rolling, of course. Okay. Alright, let's see how that goes. Where's my scraper? Okay, so I have these metal spatula thingies I am going to use to smear on the gloss gel. Alright, please work. See how it goes. How durable it is. So I'm just going to scrape it on here. Add a little bit more here. Let's do this. All right, let's see. Paste. And try not to get it too over on the areas that it's raised, but I don't want it And with the spray adhesive too, it helps it keep the details nice and clean, so there's not as much bleed through, which is why I use it too. Okay, I think that's all the areas. Let's see. I don't want it to be too much on here. Okay. Alright, a little bit of stickiness, but I can get that off. Yay, it worked. Okay. I kind of got too much in this space right there. Ah, now I'm smearing it. Okay. I'll just have to clean up some of this adhesive residue with my WD-40. Just get it off. It did that because, like I said, the nozzle is spraying it in a straight line, and it's not doing the finer misting that it usually does. So it's not going the way I want it to, but that's okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm kind of a perfectionist, so this is bothering me. But okay, that looks pretty good. I'm actually pretty impressed that that worked. All right, let's do this side. All right, so this is sticky enough that I can just reuse it. Just want to make sure the back doesn't have the stuff coming out, because I'll smear it on your piece. So just want to be careful of that happening. I usually wash them after every application to make sure that doesn't happen, but for the purpose of this demo, I'm just gonna wipe it off the best that I can. I wash the stencils with the scrubby soap and water, and it cleans it just perfect. So definitely reusable with these. All right, so let's do it. Okay, yeah, that's okay. I'm overthinking it. Just want to try to get it even, like I did the other one. So this is the first for me using this. I've used a lot of texture mediums for raised stenciling, like spackle, texture pastes, icing pastes, glass bead gel, fiber paste, creating my own pastes with salt wash, which is a thickener, a paint thickener. So I've created a lot of pastes, but this is the first time I'm using a 3D gloss gel. So I'll let you know how durable it is. I like the way it looks, but I'll have to get back to you on the durability. Hopefully it is durable. I mean, it should be, but you never know unless you actually do it. That's what I'm doing. This is actually really relaxing, just scraping the gel. All right. All right. Oh, it is hanging over. Where it went a little bit over. Where else did it? I think everywhere else looks okay. So, I think I went slightly too high. But oh well. Oh well. That's the way it is. Went a little bit, tad bit too high, but I'm gonna add a little bit on the edge, I think, and I'll fix it hopefully. But I'm trying not to overthink it. Okay, so I was thinking of doing the same for the bottom drawers too, because that's kind of my plan, is to do that, or I could just keep doing the lace throughout. I was planning on flowers, but now I'm kind of rethinking it. If I should do the lace everywhere. I don't know. What do you guys think I should do the lace everywhere? I don't know. What do you think? I was gonna do the flowers, but I think it would look really cool with the lace throughout. Now that I see how it looks, I actually really like that. So, okay, change of plans. I am going to do the lace throughout it because I like the way it looks. Shoot, just have to spray that over. Okay, that's to cover the messed up part that I did earlier. Can you wipe that off and redo it? I can. Do you think I should? It is kind of bad, isn't it? Because if I don't do it now, then I won't be able to do it again. So I'm gonna wipe it off. That's just, yeah. All right, I'm gonna wipe it off like Roz suggested. Because it is a little bit too high, and I think you can notice it, so I should just redo it. I'm gonna redo it. So you're gonna see how you can redo this if you mess up like I did. All right. Interesting. It kind of creates a template, which is weird. Yeah, it kind of creates a little. That's actually really cool. That's actually kind of cool for a more subtle look. Good to know. So if I do this again, I might kind of do it. Okay, I'm gonna redo this, and so I'm gonna respray it. I did wear a mask when I did this first, so don't worry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and do the top so that I don't botch up. The armoire is hammered gold from Rust-Oleum. Okay, I'm gonna create more of the paste for you guys that missed that part, because I need a little bit more now since I messed that up. Okay, can you see? Good. So this is how I did it. Just to recap, this is the 3D gloss gel. So I added a little bit of that in there.
Hello.
Hi.
Do you want me to just put this on the porch?
Yeah, that's perfect. Cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, good day.
You too. Gotta love the delivery guys. They always bring presents. Okay, and then I added, this is a bit of the Modern Masters Black Pearl. The reason I chose metallic is because this is a glossy gel, so I want it to stay glossy by using a metallic for it, which is theoretically what I'm thinking will happen, but we'll see. And it's transparent, so it should look black throughout, even though it looks like it's kind of turning grayish. My hope is that it darkens as the transparency becomes more apparent as it dries. So right now it looks kind of grayish and stuff, but I'm hoping it will turn darker because it's transparent. So let's see, should I add a bit more black? Okay, let's actually add a bit more black just because I'm kind of paranoid about that, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more. I'm not adding a lot, I'm just adding like maybe an ounce, if that. Not even an ounce, probably like 2 tablespoons. I don't know, horrible at measurements. Okay, so that's how I made the gel paste. Okay, so that's good, and now I'm going to continue with my placing on the areas that I did higher up. So I'm going to go higher up. Mix mud with paint. Oh, you mean the mud? What is it called? Shoot, I just think I got some on my face. Okay. Oh well. The Dixie Belle mud, is that what you're referring to? I would think you could. I haven't used it, so I don't know. But I would imagine that you could do that. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to, so okay. And you can see the stickiness is staying with these stencils because they're thinner and not like the bigger ones or like the thicker ones that Redesign used to have, the 3D ones. These ones will stay sticky, it should, for throughout however long you use it until you wash it off. So it should be okay. Alright, so paste gel. I'm kind of going for like a Victorian Gothic sort of thing. I want it to be like kind of sultry, just in a more elegant way. Which is why I'm doing this hammered gold, which is not a bright gold. I didn't want a bright gold that's like or that like a super shiny, like a gold leafing type thing, which I do have as well. But I wanted this to be more of like a champagne gold. So that's why I'm gonna tape over this Redesign logo so I don't accidentally get stuff on it. Okay, love you Redesign, but I don't need your logo on my furniture. Alright, so I'm just gonna add some more gel. But I think the easiest way and probably most cost-effective way to create a paste, texture paste, is probably just using a salt wash, mixing that with paint, and it thickens it, and you can add more powder if you want to get it thicker, however thick you want it to be. using any paint. So I think that would be the most cost-effective way. I don't know if you should mix paint with spackle, not joint compound, sorry, joint compound. I don't know how durable that would be. I know salt wash is very, very durable, but I'm not sure how durable that would be, as I've never done it before. But the last time I used joint compound, I wasn't that happy with the durability, so I stopped using it, but you can certainly use that as well. But this is the way I'm doing it today. Just gonna kind of create this. Okay, there's a little smidge, I missed it. Okay. Alright, so far so good. Once this is dry, I'll go ahead and do the bottom. I don't want to do another because I'm afraid when this touches it, it's going to smudge it, so I'm going to wait till this dries to do more on the bottom of this part for now. Okay, this dries fairly quickly, so I'm not too worried of it. It looks lighter, doesn't it? It's kind of light. It's weird. So I'm doing this outside, so yeah, that looked a little bit lighter. I don't know why. All right, I'll just do the other side of the top since it's all dry now. It only takes a few minutes for it to dry, and then it's all good. Okay, this time I'm gonna make it even, which means I'm gonna have to block your view, but that's just kind of how it's gonna be. All right, you better be even, or I'm gonna have slightly lower. Oh my gosh, they should have grid lines for these too. Okay, I think that's even. Redesign, add some grid lines to your stamps or stencils so that I know how to line them up. Okay, let's do the other side. Can you see it? Salt wash paint. Mixing with paint. Asking what? I'm using the 3D glass gel. So this is what I'm mixing with the paint. All right. So let's do this part. Isn't there another paint thickener of some sort? I forget. That you can find in hardware stores? Forget what it's called. What is it called? I forget, I'm sorry. I think there's something that you can get really pretty easily. So you can get this gloss gel on Scrapbook. I will post the link later after I'm done with this so that you can get this awesome gel. To make sure I don't I don't want it to raise up too much, so Plus it kind of like falls over when it's too high, so I just want to make sure I'm not doing it too high. I think it is turning darker, so you can see how it's slightly lighter right here, and then as it's drying it is getting darker, so it is doing what I was hoping it would do. Okay, let's do the very top now. I do have an Amazon link. I promise I'll go back and post the links when I'm done with this. Okay. More of this gel. Can't go too long on this video because I have a bunch of vegetables to plant. It's gonna rain tomorrow, so I need to get those planted before it rains. We got a bunch of like bell peppers and basil. I love basil. Tomatoes, even though my husband hates tomatoes, but I like them. Broccoli, which is my daughter's favorite vegetable, and the only thing she's willing to eat right now. She's weirdo, so yeah. But make sure I get that done. Baby wipes are the best thing ever. Okay. So that's a bit high, but I will bring it down once it dries more. I just don't want it to smear. Kind of going in different stages with this one. Alright, make it even. I think that's even. Okay, come on. Please be even. Not bring my roller, so really, this is actually really easy to do. So don't be scared of raised stenciling. It's actually very simple. Whoops. Okay. So get this off before it dries. It dries really quickly, so make sure you get it off as soon as you can. Oh, did I smear you? like kind of peaks a little bit, let it dry a little bit, and then you can like slightly pat it back down if you get the little prickly stuff that comes up. That's what I do with the glass bead gel. If it kind of peaks up when I peel the stencil off, that's kind of what I do. So, all right, last spot. This time, I'm gonna get it right. Okay, that's a bit lower, so just gauging it by this bottom part, so better be even, hopefully. Alright, I don't want it too low, but don't want to mess up this time. Bit of this. Try to avoid the areas where it's not on. Okay. Much better. Okay, I think it's better. Thicker. I can always go back and redo it too. If it's not as thick as the other one. So it's a little bit skinny, but I'll go back and add some more once this dries. I just don't want to mess this up even further. All right. So that's that for this one. Let me show you the whole thing. So this is basically what I did with the lace stencil. And then I'm going to work on the bottom with some more stenciling, I think, with a different kind of lace stencil that's more that's smaller and more intricate, is kind of what I'm planning, since my original plan didn't really work. So I'm just gonna go with that and see, and then add more stuff if I need to. So oops. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Again, for this Saturday I used the 3D gloss gel. I'll put the link for this from Scrapbook, and then I used the Modern Masters black pearl paint, so I kind of like mixed them together and created the gloss gel that I used on here with the Redesign with Prima lace stencil. So that's it. So rewatch if you didn't catch everything. I hope this was useful, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye guys.